Hello, everybody, and welcome to Glorious FC. I'm sorry if I sound so down, but I am actually kind of worried, and I do not understand what's going on with our club. I feel like we're being let down by the Glazers, and I think my frustrations in this podcast today is going to be because of them. I think it's going to be directed to them because all the mishaps that are happening are because of them. We have a lot of transfer news, and you can imagine tomorrow is the deadline, Friday is the deadline, and we haven't even brought anybody in. Now, one particular player that I want to talk about today, and I want to actually ask the United authorities or the hierarchy to actually take a page out of Caicedo. You know, a little background about what Caicedo happened. Like, Caicedo was a Chelsea fan. You know, he always wanted to go to Chelsea no matter what. And Liverpool were on the hunt for him. Liverpool actually had the funds to actually get this player. And they were close because at the time Chelsea were not even planning on bringing in the player because he was costing a lot of money. And Liverpool had the money. But this player was like, nah, I'm not going anyway. It's Chelsea or nothing. Here we have a similar situation with Sofian Amrabat. He has turned down proposals from a lot of teams because he's waiting for us to make a move. Now, if you think about the amount of money that we are supposed to raise or the amount of money that this player costs, it's actually very shameful that United have not even gotten to this player right now. I'm actually ashamed and I'm upset and I'm pissed off that we don't have this player already in our ranks. Like, what are these guys waiting for? Are they waiting for another injury? Are they waiting for another catastrophe to happen in our within the dressing room? Because you look already, we've already lost Varane. Varane is out for some time. Luke Shaw's out. Malacia is out. Mason Mount is out. Mason Mount, we haven't even brought anybody in to fill in his position. We're just going to take, we're still going to be using the dead wood that's there. At the back, Maguire doesn't want to go. He's still sitting there and not making any moves. Like, I don't even know what's going to happen with Harry Maguire. But he can't take a hint, which is something that's very, very sad for me right now. Because we can't bring any player in. And now we are rushing to make these silly, United have a history of making these very, very panicked decisions. We bring in players and then we start to question and wonder, wait, did our manager actually want this player? Or was this what the hierarchy decided and they presented to him and they said that we cannot get you any other player, so you have to work with this lot, and then the manager now has to pick the best from the cack that is there. It is, and this thing of we have to sell to buy. You look at what is happening with Chelsea right now. Chelsea have, oh my God, and it's so upsetting to see Chelsea have beaten this FFP loophole, where they're able to give these long contracts and buy these players and bring them in. The Premier League, the FFP or whatever, these authorities, these financial authorities, they're actually going to crack down on this and they're going to stop it. Why aren't we taking advantage of it right now? But it's too late. It's too late. The transfer window closes tomorrow. Tomorrow. Friday. Who are we going to bring in? And you look at the players that we're supposed to bring in. We're supposed to bring in a left back right now that's going to replace Luke Shaw, since Luke Shaw is out for some time. We need to bring in a midfielder. We need to bring in a centre back. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, and I am just not happy. I have this knot in my stomach because I just am worried because we are making our manager, we're literally allowing our manager go into this boxing fight with one hand tied behind his back. It's ridiculous. 1 minute we're close to signing this player, then everything changes. I look at Cucurella. We were so close to apparently signing Cucurella on loan. which I honestly don't understand why. But he played yesterday for Chelsea in the EFL Cup. What does that mean? If he was somebody that was preparing to make a move to United, I don't think he was going to be part of that squad. But it looks like he's not starting for the first team. So I don't know what that situation is going to be. Now we have reignited this Reguilon situation, which for me, I'm very worried about it. Because yes, Reguilon will offer something, but I just don't trust him. Personally, I just don't trust him. I think maybe I would be proved wrong if indeed we get him in, because it looks like we're looking into getting him in, and then he comes in and does what he's supposed to do, because some of the games that are coming up for us are going to be very, very difficult. I don't know if he's going to fit it. Anyway, I just don't trust it. I just don't trust this panic buy. I was actually comfortable with the Cucurella one because he kind of has the resume to prove it. I mean, it's very frustrating. And then this whole situation of the players that are not going because we can't sell. The whole Scott McTominay going to Bayern Munich is off because they have decided to go for another player. You know, why we didn't sell Scott McTominay, why we didn't sell Scott and Maguire to West Ham, the time when West Ham said, yo, we've got 60 mil, 30-30, take these guys and leave. But you know why? Those pompous people up there, they thought that, these guys are worth more. And I remember at the time, I think a lot of us were thinking, we are not going to get this deal again. The moment we let this deal that West Ham is, this proposal that West Ham has for us, for this double swoop for Maguire and Scott McTominay, we're not going to get it again. And lo and behold, we're here. Harry Maguire is in the England squad. How? I don't know. But maybe it's because that Colwill boy from Chelsea picked up a slight injury, because I heard that he picked up an injury. So maybe that's because. But if you ask me, he hasn't played a fucking minute in the Premier League, and he's in there. So when he's going in there, it means that there's support, there's back. It means that this guy is going to stay and play for United. So it looks like we're not even looking at the... you look at Pavard. Pavard is already... He has sensed that there's dysfunction at United, and he's like, I'm going to go to Inter Milan. He's about to join Inter Milan. And I honestly think that he was going to be a very, very good addition into our centre-back position. He's a right-back. People say he's a right-back, but he has come out and said that he loves to play as a central central defender. So we've lost out on a good chance. And then he cost about, 27 mil. Peanuts. And he's 27 years old. Somebody who can actually come and fill in. Maguire, I think he's pushing 29. And he's sitting on the bench. Then you look at this Gravenberch situation. I don't know what's going to go on, because he's just waiting for either Liverpool or us to come and get him. Like, he's just waiting. All these players are just waiting for us to make moves, and we are not doing anything. We can sit here and complain about, hey, this is United. But this is all the Glazers. All this John Murta and this Richard Arnold. These people are really screwing with our club. We need that Qatari. We need that Qatari kachang. We need that Qatari money to come in there and change. Because I honestly think if the Qataris come in, there is going to be a great exodus there at United. A lot of people, players are just going to get their payoffs and say, "Futzak, go." Like, everybody's just going to leave. Because we are tired. We are tired of the way our club is being run. You look right now, the transfer deadline, Friday is approaching us very, very soon. You will see and hear of very ridiculous transfers, like these last-minute things that are going to happen. I'm hoping there would be like a last-minute Maguire out. Like, it's something that I have my fingers crossed, but I'm not holding my breath on that. But you will see how United is going to take a piss on Erik ten Hag this season. We are really, really disappointing the manager that has really tried to revive a club that was dead. Manchester United is a sleeping giant. He's trying to get those jump starters into us, but we are resisting. The club is resisting. We don't want to give him the tools to succeed. What's going to happen? What is going to happen? This young boy, Teden Mengi, our academy player, he's a big boy, but he's young. I get it. He's about to be signed. Like, he's about to leave the club. We keep selling the young boys. Eric Bailly is still here. Donny van de Beek is still there. Like, we're not releasing these players. We're not trying to make the funds so that we can help this manager bring in the players that he wants. Like, honestly, as a fan, I can't take this anymore. Like, I'm just stressed. I am stressed. I don't know. I don't know what to feel. I don't know what to think, because there's just so much going on. And you know what the crazy thing is? Our club is so big that we are so used to being linked to so many players. And now that we're approaching the deadline, it's just going to go crazy. You're just going to see that we have been linked to this player. And then you look at, and you know what's crazy? You look at how other players, you look at Man City. Man City they sold Cole Palmer. This young, brilliant player of theirs that I think that one shocked everybody. Like, I was surprised. They sold him for 45 for whatever, million euros. Like, he's gone to Chelsea. Chelsea are buying players. They're selling and buying. We are doing focal. Like, I don't even know what to like. This is just a Benito rant. Like, I've been holding it in. Like, I have been meaning to actually give a solo episode on the channel, but yeah, I think this has come at the right time. Like, I am just fed up with what is going on at United. I really, really am. And then you look at what's going on with other clubs. Every other club is making moves. Liverpool about to sign a player that I was dreaming of. Like, I think you guys will remember in the last podcast I was talking with Denda. I was talking about Gravenberch. Like, it was a fantasy kind of situation. If we had Gravenberch and Sofian Amrabat, these are two midfielders that we absolutely need at United, because we cannot trust what's going on. And I'm taking into consideration everything. And these players are actually players that are actually attainable. We can get these players. They're in our reach. Erik ten Hag has got pull. You look at all these signings. People are saying that, no, Manchester United doesn't have that pull anymore. We don't have that pull to bring in these players. All the players that we've brought in here right now are Erik ten Hag pull. Eriksen, Erik ten Hag pull. Casemiro, I don't know how Erik ten Hag managed to pull that, but that's his pull. Onana, his pull. Rasmus Højlund, that's his pull. You look at the players that he's trying to bring in. Sofian Amrabat, that's his pull. He has coached this player. He has coached these players. And, you know, to a certain extent, I don't even understand why we're not even backing this manager even more. Because you look at all the other players that he has wanted. He has wanted players, but the club have not been able to provide him these players. And now he has to deal with what's in front of him. And then you have a player like Sofian Amrabat. I would be very disappointed. Disappointment. Are you kidding? I would be very disappointed if we don't make this move on Sofian Amrabat. And forget this thing about a loan. Forget this loan deal. What is this? Are we taking a piss at Fiorentina? Is it because we think that Fiorentina is a small club or what? I don't understand. The player is actually pledging his allegiance with us. Why are we not reacting? Why are we not trying to make it happen? Come on. Can we please? And now the Champions League is coming upon us. Like, you know what? We will get into that with D in the podcast today later on. Don't worry. But yeah, the Champions League is upon us. The competitions are starting to heat up, and we are not making these signings. We are now just leaving it all on the manager. And then when the performances and everything goes to hell, everybody's going to start saying Erik ten Hag out. Eric out. We're going to now change our focus and now say, oh, no. No, the manager is going to be picking the squad based on what he has to do. And I don't want to see any United fan going in on him. We need to give him that leeway, as annoying as it's going to be. This is what he's been dealt. It's not his fault. Everybody needs to remember that it's not the manager's fault. I don't think he's sitting there and saying that, no, I don't want these players. I bet you 100% this manager wants players in. He's been complaining and asking for players since the beginning. He said that the only way to compete is to invest. Now we look at our city rival, Man City, right now. They went and took the treble last season. Something that we held dear to us. We are not looking at them, and they're investing. Like, we're not looking at them. Like, Man City is the blueprint. Like, every other club need to look at Man City and look at the model that Man City has. Man City have got a very good recruitment thing going on there. And the way they release players, you didn't think that City were going to let go of Gundogan and Mahrez, even though you know that those guys were at their ages, like at their limit. But here's United. We stick to these players that are not doing anything for our club. They are just there. And we send them on loan and they sit there injured. And we're just not trying to get rid of this deadwood and bring in players that want to play for United. United has literally become a banter club. We are a joke. A fucking joke. It is difficult to get into conversations with other people who support other clubs, because they'll be like, yeah, man, United, yeah, you guys, yeah, it's all talk, but then there's nothing that you guys are producing. It's really unfortunate that we are in this kind of position. It really, really is. And I'm fed up with this, and I just don't know what's going to happen. I can't wait to get on the studio with D so that we can hash a few things out there and talk about what's going on, because there's just so much going on. And the fact is that I feel like Manchester United and their media, whatever, are trying to confuse everybody. Confuse us with all these... there are even rumors of players that are in the club that want to go out. Like, our club is already broken and you want to break it even more? Like, does that make sense? You want to sell players that are going to be beneficial for us? For what? For what? It makes no sense. Now I'm just in panic mode. Like, I'm in that state. Like, United have sent me back into that shell again, where you just don't know what's going to happen. Like, you just sit there and wait for them to pull a weird one, like they always do. This is not on. This is absolutely not on. It's not. And I'm getting fed up. I don't know how you guys feel. I needed to get this out there. I needed to get this off my chest because, I've been losing my mind. And I don't know if you guys feel the same sentiment. I'm sure some of you are even thinking other things. But just drop a like, drop your comments. Tell us what you guys think about what's going on as well at the United. At United. Let's get involved. Meet us in our WhatsApp community. All the links will be in the video description. Thank you for listening. God bless. Benito out. Peace.